All right, we got some progressive takes fresh from the bowels of Scat Francisco. You know, those people that like to have a good marriage of moralizing and missing the point. Like those people that don't think others can disagree with them. No, they view it as an assault on their way of life. So, there are these individuals going around on the internet, you know, having their hot takes and antagonizing people. I also suspect that they may have gotten paid in order to try and sell a couple of more Ghost of Yote titles, because, like, otherwise, like, no one is this antagonistic. Like, no one just goes out and says, no, like, people that don't want to buy these things, they're not wrong, they're evil. So, let's see what it's about. Well, any potential racism aside, like this already makes me want to stop reading. Like, if you can't put a little bit of racism, it shows the lack of intelligence. Like, you don't need to be racist because you're racist. Like, you need to be racist to show that you can violate the TOS of the platform without getting caught. And that actually shows that you're an intelligent person, a crafty person, a real gamer, you know, like someone that can use their mind in order to give the middle finger to society, a true anarchist. But if you're going to be like, oh, well, any potential racism aside, yeah. Okay, Grandpa. Right. Okay, Boomer. Let's read what you have to say. The conversation around the uglification of these characters highlights how there's many insular gamers who have. Okay, so already he has posted us on the geography. Like, we're just a tiny island. It's kind of funny that this tiny island is actually dominating the world. Like, these insular gamers are actually like the British Empire, just fucking with your woke culture. Did you notice that? Like, when we just don't want to buy something, companies end up getting bankrupt or bought by China. So it turns out that these insular gamers have a lot to say. You know, they're dominating the entire marketplace, which is why you're probably addressing them. So anyway, right, we got an aversion to realism and honest storytelling characterization. Right. So all of a sudden, we have decided that realism is the superior art form. Like, this is the art form über alles. This is kind of like the only art form that should be allowed. And even then, right, like, if the market was to have an aversion to realism, why would you keep insisting and feeding realism to the market? If you look at human history, like, trends come and trends go. And so, sure, you know, like, you can have a trend of realism that goes up. It's very popular. After a while, it dies down. Another trend comes over, you know, like maybe the 2D anime girls. And you have like a lot of video games with like Nikkei. And then that trend goes down and you have like another one coming up. And so the idea of like progressive ideology that humanity only has one direction and once you reach that's peak, that's called mentally retarded, right? It's another best way to explain it is if you look at what else is bitching about, storytelling and characterization, right? So you can have an era where you have Western movies and they're very popular, right? And then they go down and you have another era where now sci-fi films are very popular. And then you have another era where zombie movies are popular. The desire to get stuck in time and to just worship this realism and honest storytelling. Why does storytelling have to be honest? Like, why can't we have fantasy storytelling or idealistic storytelling or horrifying storytelling? Like, why is it that you need to have honest storytelling and that's the benchmark? No, like, many people can just say, we played enough games like this. We want something else. And then they go and they buy Stellar Blade, much to the horror and dismay of these colorful individuals. See? Like, I can sneak a little bit of racism there and bypass the TOS. No one can catch me. You see what I did there? Anyway, these characters are literally scans of real actors. Right. Get better actors then. Like, I don't know what to say. This is a business, right? It's a visual medium. Like, if any person can be an actress, if your mother can be an actress, then what's the point in hiring people that can do casting? Is that like, see, like, do these people believe that the visual of an actor matters? Or like, for instance, can I play Anne Frank in an Anne Frank movie? Can we get Sylvester Stallone to play Anne Frank? I would say not, you know? Can this guy right here that wrote this shit, can he play the Terminator? Like, probably not. He's fat. And if he isn't fat, he's not a gamer. And if he's not a gamer, then why do I care about listening to him? But, like, if you cast someone and you expect people to pay $70 for it, well, it needs to look like a person that other people would pay $70 to see. Does that not make any sense? And finally, this is also batshit insane. Like, it's not a movie, it's a video game. And so a lot of people, a lot of the game developers, like, they will take the actress, right? And then they would improve on it. Like women do this with Instagram filters. Like, is this person familiar? Does he not know that Photoshop exists and that women do this to themselves, right? What we get to see is the developers doing the opposite. Like, they too use Instagram filters. And there was a controversy where they took the chick that played Fallout, the TV show, and they just flattened her ass. And so at this point, we can't just say, oh, well, this is a choice in aesthetic. No, this is ideological brain rot. Like, these people believe that trans women are women, and they believe that the video games and the entertainment sector requires to gaslight the entire population that all women look as if they're coming from San Francisco and they're about to vote Democrat. And so they take women that, look, they appear like this, right? And then they make whatever story justification, whatever bullshit they can in order to shave their head. And they give her a script that would be better off played by a man than by a feminine character. And look, like, this happens once, it happens twice, it happens 3 times, but like after 10 years of this consistently, systematically, non-stop, having developers go up and say that this is what they're doing, and having community managers shaming people for not agreeing with this, people are having enough. And you look at a video game that's coming out from Japan, and it's got, like, as we mentioned before, Stellar Blade, right? And people buy that in droves. Because they're sick and tired of this shit. Like, why would I pay money so you can push your ideology? Like, no one is stopping you from buying these games, by the way. Like, if you enjoy them, buy 10 copies. Because you're going to have to make up for the loss of sales from our side. Every single guy from your side should buy at least 10 copies. And the interesting thing is that the numbers don't check out. Like, if this is legitimately what people wanted, this guy wouldn't be afraid that it's not selling. But the problem is, like, video games coming from Asia, like, there's this, another Chinese game coming up right now, Antante or some shit like that, which is literally like GTA with waifus, and on every single forum it's trending. And meanwhile, like, these Western companies, they spend $300 million like they did for Spider-Man 2, which doesn't look like a $300 million game, but hey, you get to play as a side quest where you're a chick that's deaf, right? And she's a person of color and she's queer, and you get to play as a side quest in a Spider-Man game where she draws graffiti on the wall. I mean, my brother in Christ, that's not my escapism, that's not my fantasy. Now, if it's yours, right, like, if you like to be an ugly black chick that's deaf spraying anarchist graffiti on a wall, and that's your entertainment, and that's what you think is fun, like, by all means, play that shit. But why are you complaining that I'm not going to play it? I'm going to play something with jiggle physics and thick thighs, big ass fucking anime titties. So either there's a degree of social dysfunctionality or deep inexperience, right? So they say, like, snowflakes don't realize women look different, blah, blah, blah. So, like, the entire thesis of this is that gamers don't know how a woman looks like. Well, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. How about I say that the entire problem with you is that you're a homosexual? Like, would that be fair? Like, if we're going to start hurling insults like that? Because, like, if you're going to say, oh, well, gamers don't know how women look like, and this is why they're acting like incels, without any evidence, without any backing, without anything, then I can say, well, people who don't like video games where women have big fat tits are gay. Nothing wrong with being gay, right? It's okay to be gay, sure. But why are you judging my sexuality there? Like, I'm not judging your sexuality. I mean, go play with the masculine-looking, bald-shaved women that look at the age of 65. If that's what you're into, right? Like, hopefully there's a market for it. But I'm going to play games with hyper-feminine, sexy ladies. Oh, I want the video games that were made in 2016, the Mass Effect Andromeda with the Liara Tusoni and the Viconia Devere and my other female characters. Yeah, I'm going to play something with Nier Automata, with Stellar Blade. And that's my shit, And you stay on your lane, I promise I'll stay on mine. But the problem is, it seems that the little Islander gamers are holding the coin purse. And that's why they're upset. They're upset that we're not funding their shit. We're not funding their slop anymore. And this outrages them. It's like, well, found your own slop, no one is stopping you from doing a crowdfunding and having a small indie studio and make women that look like men and put the pronouns and set it in California or, maybe go wild and then set it in Texas. Who the fuck knows? But, don't include us in it. We hate your aesthetics, we hate your ideology, we hate everything you stand for, and we don't have to finance it. Let me know what you guys think, though, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.